Good morning, everyone. Oh, let's try that again. Good morning, everyone. Wonderful. That was lovely. What a great way to start our morning, and to add to starting in a good way, I'm going to begin by acknowledging with gratitude that we are here on the lands of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples, the ancestors and families of the Songhees and Esquimalt nations as we know them today. This land acknowledgement you might hear more than once today, and that's done on purpose. It's our way of making a small sign of reconciliation of the peoples whose lands we stand on and live on and get to play and learn and be, who have been here since time immemorial and who are our partners in making a way forward today. My name is Roberta Mason, and I am Vice Provost, Student and Academic Services here at Royal Roads University, and I have the great pleasure of being your guide through today's wonderfully celebratory celebration. It's my very great privilege to extend a warm welcome to you all. Today marks the 56th Convocation of Royal Roads University, and we're so pleased that you have made your way here to be with us and your graduate. Convocation ceremonies can be very formal, and that's all part of the pomp and circumstance of this ancient tradition that really celebrates the accomplishments of learning. But we also invite you to make this your day in every way. As your graduates cross the stage, we know your hearts are full with joy for them, and it's okay if you want to clap and you want to celebrate. We invite you to not leave anything on the table and not wish that when you were here today, something went differently. Make it yours. So now to the housekeeping stuff. As part of our efforts to make ceremonies more environmentally friendly, this year's program is digital, and so if you haven't seen it already, there's a QR code that comes up on this. There we are, there it is, just on cue, that you can scan, or you can go to the RRU Convocation website on your mobile, and it will have a link there. In just a few minutes, very few minutes, I'm going to ask you to stand as you are able as the graduates come into the auditorium. And then in the meantime, here it comes. Please make sure that you turn off any device, cell phone or otherwise, that might beep and make a noise during the ceremony and embarrass you. We'll start shortly. And we'll start now. Real shortly. So now it is my pleasure to welcome Brother Rick. Brother Rick Peter is an elder from Cowitson. It's you. We're in for a treat, I'm sure. Brother Rick will be drumming our academic party in. And so, as he begins, I'll ask you to rise again as you are comfortable and able, and stay standing until the academic party comes to their seats. You can do whatever you want.
Oh Asiana Chilcha, Siana Slenina Swika, Heights Concept, Jim, Heights Concept, Neil Slashenship, Jim. Brothers and sisters, welcoming each and every one of you here today to this beautiful home. In our language, we would have to use so many different words for each and every one of you in this beautiful home that we are in. Straight into English words. It's easier for me to say this beautiful home, place of gathering. This beautiful day of celebration for all of you, my brothers and sisters, for all of your hard work, your achievements to make it to today. I am such very proud and honored to be a small part of this beautiful celebration for all of you. And thanking you, looking at all of you today, this morning, telling me that our future is going to be just as beautiful and as strong for all of the snoyeth, the teachings that our brothers and sisters have worked so hard in sharing with all of you. That respect, two ways, you, my brothers and sisters, to our faculty of brothers and sisters here, but also to our beautiful families behind you. I raise my hands to each and every one of you, the family, for all of your hard support, making sure that our brothers and sisters, get out that door, there's only another day to go. You're almost done. You can do this. You can honestly do it. And look at this. Family, I'm so proud to be here with all of you as well. My brothers and sisters, you know, this is such a big honor to stand beside you. All of your snoyeth that you carry, your teachings in our culture, the English words, you are the libraries. The libraries, the wisdom and knowledge you carry and sharing with all of our brothers and sisters. In the future, maybe one or two or three of them may be standing up here in your position, also sharing with the future generations. Keeping up that Ixqualawan work that you all carry and share. Keep it up and never stop. Building up our tightness, as we say in our language, not to amat squall. It's one body, one mind, and one spirit. We're all working together. And that is what this is all about. I cannot thank you enough. So before I pass it back to my sister here, just want to say in our language, or maybe a couple of different languages, Haitska, Kleko, Kela Gasla, Marci, Merci, Sheshe, Doije, Aligato, Merci beaucoup, Danguvel, Tutsins, Hawa, Gracias, Megwich, Shalamat, Kamsa Hapnida, Danka. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brother Rick. You may be seated. Thank you, Brother Rick, for bringing such positive energy to the beginning of our ceremony today. Brother Rick gave you a welcome here to celebrate our graduates, but now it's my pleasure to draw your attention to the screens here, where we will have a welcome to these territories, these traditional lands of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples by Huelipton, who we know as Dr. Clarence or Butch Dick. And he's going to give us a quick video welcome.
Hi, Squashel, CMCA, Asayu Helipton, Chiles and Lekwungen. Asiam Nushjelicha, Asiam Nushwalqa, Haishquak Quansana, Techel Lekwungen Tanuk, Haishka Siam Nequilia. Good morning, my friends and family. My English name is Butch Dick, and my First Nation name is Uquelipton, and I come from the Songhees Nation. It's my great honor once again to be here at Royal Roads during Convocation. It's always a very exciting time, and I know that I can always feel the vibrations in the room and how excited and happy everyone is. Through my education life, I've been to many, many convocations and graduations. In particular, when I was a teacher, I watched young children leave early childhood education into kindergarten, from kindergarten to elementary, elementary to middle school, and middle school to high school. What we never outgrow is the fact that we that we acknowledge accomplishment always, no matter how old you are or how young you are. Accomplishment is so essential to our lives as people. And your accomplishment should be recognized. And we thank you for what you've done and what you've accomplished to this day. And also to thank the Royal Roads University and the faculty and admin and the staff at Royal Roads. We always lift up our hands to you. On behalf of myself, my wife, and my family, we congratulate each and every one of you. Congratulations.
And just one more time, but the last time, I invite you to stand as you are able and comfortable to do so, to join in the singing of our Canadian National Anthem with Aidan Holt from the Conservatory of Music.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, a true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land, glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Please be seated. Thank you, Aidan. And now it is my honor to introduce President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Philip Steenkamp.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mason, and a huge good morning to all of you, and a huge big welcome to Royal Roads University on this gorgeous day. I'm so glad we can gather here where we live, work, and learn on the lands of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples known today as the Songhees and Esquimalt nations. Here is where the past stretches back over countless years and centuries, and here is where our shared future begins anew every single day. Mr. Chancellor, honored guests, faculty, staff, proud friends and family, graduates, I have a lot to congratulate you on today. Your ambition, your drive, your capacity for collaboration, absolutely critical in times like these. Your imagination and creativity, and your commitment to change-making. There's one more thing I'd like to specifically congratulate you on today, and that's your persistence. Royal Roads University programs can be very demanding. They demand sustained focus and effort over an extended period of time. And these days, that brand of sustained focus is in very short supply. And I'd like to talk a little bit about that today, because I'm coming to believe that sustained focus is what's going to save us if we don't end up letting short-form content crowd it out first. More and more, the media we consume online is chunked into shorter and shorter pieces. Think TikToks, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. And you barely have time to get through a 30-second clip before you get another notification on your device, a text to look at, an app to update, something new and outrageous trending on social. So, quick reality check. This isn't a new concern. Neil Postman, writing about TV luring us away from print 40 years ago, is one example. He warned it would degrade our civil dialogue with its emphasis on high-octane, non-stop entertainment. Before that, there were moral panics over comic books and radio, and newspapers even in the 19th century. The printing press scared some people for similar reasons. If we believe Plato, Socrates wasn't wild about writing, saying it would damage people's memories through disuse. So yes, there's a long history of people fretting about what advances in media technology do to longer form communications. So I'm only the latest in a long line of old men yelling at clouds. But here's what separates us from Socrates, apart from 2,400 years of history and 1 cup of hemlock. Socrates didn't have a massive industry of app designers and marketeers using the latest in neurology to keep us doom scrolling and getting real-time feedback from millions of users about which bright, shiny object is going to do the best job of stealing our attention. You are supposed to be consuming short-form content on social platforms. We are pushed to hit the dopamine pipe that is Reels, Stories, and TikToks. Now, it can be entertaining and might provide a nugget of truth, but there's no depth. It provides the same nutrition for your mind as a candy bar does for your body. It's all designed to make us consume media in little monetizable, bite-sized chunks. And that leaves less and less room for long-form media. Less time for books, less time for plays, for concerts, for long conversations, less time for thinking. There's less appetite and maybe less capacity for the deep dives, the complex stories, the multi-layered reflections. Long form is becoming a pretty tough sell, especially if it isn't high on sensation. And hey, I'm not claiming any moral ground here. If I'm at the Cineplex and I have a choice between 2 hours, 49 minutes of Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt bouncing across an IMAX screen and a 2-hour, 49-minute slow burn on grief and mortality, I know which mission I'm choosing to accept. But I also know we're at risk of losing something in the process. For the sake of constant entertainment, we are at the risk of losing wisdom. We are also at the risk of losing our patience. And patience is a muscle. It needs to be exercised. We need to constantly learn and relearn that there are rewards for it. There's joy and resilience to be found in quiet contemplation, in meditation. There's satisfaction to be derived from focused exploration of deep, arcane ideas. Look, long form is work, and the really good stuff is often uncomfortable work. It challenges us, asks us to acknowledge the places where our view of things is just a little too smooth, a little too polished. If short form excels at reaffirming what we want to be true, long form can make us confront the things we've been glossing over. Long form reveals that the world can't be reduced to simple answers. There are contradictions and paradoxes. It's messy. And that can be disconcerting, because if the stories we're watching or hearing or reading aren't perfect, how can our own stories ever hope to be so? But that's exactly the point and part of the beauty of long form. Graduates, your stories are never going to be perfect. Your lives will hardly ever be without challenge, and nor should they. We are human beings. We live in a complex world, and you in particular have taken on the job of effecting change in the face of big, complicated, thorny challenges. So I hope then that your time here has helped you find the right balance between short and long form. Royal Roads is in many ways a gymnasium for those patient muscles. The intensity of our programs pays off with the level of knowledge and achievement you get from them. The beauty of this incredible setting rewards contemplation and reflection. The indigenous history of this land, surely the longest of long-form stories, reminds us of what can endure over centuries and millennia. And the work you have ahead of you when you leave today, that too stretches out over years. Your careers of change-making are going to be complex narrative arcs that span decades. And everything I've seen from you tells me that your stories will be as rewarding as any out there. So, may you all have the chance to trend at least once on TikTok. But may you also have the joy and satisfaction of long, deep engagements and making lasting, positive change. So my congratulations to you all and my best wishes. Thank you. So it is now my pleasure to welcome Chancellor Nelson Chan to the podium to offer a few words of congratulations. Nelson.
Hi, class of 2025. I'm usually a man of few words, so I'll just leave you with this. The bad news is you're on your own now. But the good news is you're on your own now.
Taylor Swift already said that.
Did she say that? Did she also say, please don't interrupt the Chancellor during his speech? Let me try that again. How about this? Get out there, be kind, make a difference. And maybe don't quote someone who just wrapped up a world tour. Is that enough? That's enough, right?
Chancellor, I don't think that's enough. That's not nearly enough. You can't deliver your convocation address via TikTok. Please come up here. Welcome your Chancellor to the podium. Thank you.
That'll be for my next reel. Maybe a little bit more traditional then. It's my absolute pleasure to join in welcoming you to the land of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples, the Songhees and Esquimalt nations. Somewhere, my kids are absolutely embarrassed right now. But here's one more for them. I know they're watching on the live stream, so. Reflecting on the history of and the land and President Steenkamp's remarks, it reminds us of what endures. Graduates, honored guests, our presence here is temporary. As graduates, you're moving on. As Chancellor, my term is ending. But the legacy of this land and the peoples who've called it home, that will continue. And so too, I hope, does your connection to this place, what you've learned here and the people you've bonded with. Now that might seem like an odd segue into a defense of short-form content, especially given our recent attacks. But yes, long-form content has its place, and it is under siege. But let's be honest, a lot of it should have been short-form. That meeting that should have been an email, that book that should have been a blog post, or this speech. So why do we overinflate content? Sometimes it's puffery, jargon, buzzwords, or bureaucratic language. But sometimes it's fear, people hedging their bets on conditions and caveats. And other times, it's just a lack of effort. Because it takes time to edit, it takes time to think, it takes time to pare down what you really want to say. But short-form content done well is memorable. Neil Armstrong's "That's one small step for man and one giant leap for mankind" is a sentence for the ages. Lines like that endure with us. They resonate because they are distilled to the essence of long-form content. Their lived experience compressed into moments. And in that way, short form and long form are best when they coexist, like a chancellor and a president. Both matter because time matters. It's our one truly finite resource. We can't make more of it, but we can use it better. That means asking others for their time thoughtfully and spending our time with care. It also means making space for stillness, for reflection. Those moments help bring clarity and meaning to everything. I won't live up to Neil Armstrong, but I will try to leave you with a short thought that has guided me and provided clarity in my own journey. You make a living by what you get, but you make a life by what you give. I've been so fortunate to be board chair and chancellor of Royal Roads University and to be a small part of your special day in your lifelong journey. I wish you all the best and hope you find the same joy and fulfillment as I have through this place. Thank you, congratulations, and
It's pretty hard to follow that, isn't it? What a nice combination of the short form and the longish form, and a great reminder of time and how we spend it, both as you enjoy today and as you go off into your great ventures beyond. It's now my pleasure to introduce the Honourable Nina Krieger, MLA of Victoria Swan Lake, and the Parliamentary Secretary for Arts and Film. Nina?
Good morning. It is a true honor to be with you all today here on the beautiful traditional territory of the Songhees and Esquimalt nations to celebrate Royal Roads University's class of 2025. It's such a joy to be with you all and with your families, your loved ones, your champions. To the graduates here today, I know that the Premier of British Columbia and my colleagues in government join me as I extend my heartfelt congratulations to you all. Your curiosity, your courage, and your commitment to learning have brought you here today. Whether you've been studying leadership, tourism, or organizational coaching, you have been planning not just for careers, but for meaningful impact within organizations, communities, sectors, and companies as well. You are starting your next chapters at a time when the skills you have gained here are needed more than ever. Skills such as leading with empathy, building bridges across cultures, fostering sustainable industries, and supporting teams through change. Engaging with the world with sustained attention. The knowledge and the insights that you've gained here at Royal Roads and the values that you've been immersed in will help shape a more inclusive, sustainable, and inspired future. It's also my deep privilege to recognize the Honorable Janet Austin, who today receives an honorary degree. A tireless advocate for equity and civic engagement. She embodies a spirit of bold and compassionate leadership and public service that we honor here in this institution. To all the graduates today, thank you so much for the work that you've done and for the work that you will surely go on to do. You carry with you the hopes of your communities and the strength of your own perseverance and achievements. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for those very kind words, and we're honored by your presence here, Ms. Krieger. Now, we are pleased to confer the Honorary Doctor of Laws today. It is my honor to ask Catherine Holt, member of Royal Roads University's Board of Governors, to present the honorary degree candidate, the Honorable Janet Austin.
Hello, everyone, and I want to repeat the congratulations and tell you how wonderful it is to be here on this day that's so important to each one of you on a personal basis. It is my distinct privilege to speak to the powerful impact that the Honourable Janet Austin, the 30th Lieutenant Governor of British Columbia, has had on this province. And I feel like I have to put a little caveat on that This may feel like long form, but given the content I'm trying to squish into this, it's definitely a short form presentation of Janet Austin's amazing life. Your Honor, you're a remarkable change maker who embodies the values of Royal Roads University, which are caring, creative, and courageous. And you do it by leading with your heart. You brought warmth, humor, kindness, and fun to the role of Lieutenant Governor. Government House can be an intimidating place, but there was nothing stodgy or overly formal about your Government House. You made it approachable, welcoming, and dare I say, even a little goofy at times. You welcome such a diverse collection of British Columbians into that circle that you created as Lieutenant Governor. At the end of your term, you'd like to make wry comments about it being the 7th year of your 5-year term. And that, to me, is the clearest endorsement of your term in office, that no one really wanted it to end. You led with heart and also with the wisdom, intellect, and remarkable civility that is your personal brand. Prior to your appointment as Lieutenant Governor, you spent 15 highly influential years as CEO of the YWCA of Metro Vancouver. During that time, you oversaw operations delivering services to tens of thousands of people annually and more than 40 locations. With you as its leader, the Y was able to expand its reach and scope, and you were the leading voice, a leading voice on gender equality and social justice. You served many organizations during that time that were engaged in community building and the public interest, including TransLink, it's a wide array of different interests, TransLink, the Canadian Pediatric Society, the Council for Early Childhood Development, the Women's Health Research Institute, Mosaic, and the Dr. Peters Aid Foundation, as well as many others. And I have to say, every time I talk to you, I hear about another very human problem that you have put your back into trying to make better. But your most interesting and high-profile role at that time, in my opinion, was your term as the first chair of the Vancouver Board of Trade, and the first chair not the first chair ever, the first chair from the not-for-profit sector. That's where we saw the genius of Janet Austin at work, navigating the worlds of business and social enterprise and facilitating conversations that allowed people who may see themselves as having no common ground to get to know each other and work together. You are expert at playing the critical role of being, as Jody Wilson-Raybould puts it, an in-betweener. You sincerely listen to different viewpoints and work to connect those from various sides of an issue. The more unexpected and uncomfortable the connection, the more important and productive it is likely to be. Because as you've said, if you only talk to those who agree with you, you are really only speaking to yourself, and that gets everybody absolutely nowhere. You brought all of that to your role as Lieutenant Governor, and it resulted in a prolific term. Here are just a very few short-form examples. Women Leading Change was a series of events aimed at helping to raise awareness around gender inequality and support positive action through dialogue and engagement. It was a partnership between your office and the University of Victoria. You served as honorary patron of the Human Trafficking Prevention Network of British Columbia, which was a network of corporate and community partners united in their commitment to combat human trafficking. One of my personal favorites as a former journalist, you founded the Lieutenant Governor's British Columbia Journalism Fellowship, and that encourages the development and support of local journalists by funding their long-form investigative journalism projects. Some things take a lot of words, and that was done very much in the spirit of upholding the importance of journalism, good, strong journalism, to a healthy democracy. Conversations on Democracy was an initiative of your office and SFU's Morris J. Wass Center for Dialogue. It encouraged discussions from the kitchen table to the boardroom about ways to strengthen our democracy. In 2019, Canada recognized the 50th anniversary of the partial decriminalization of homosexuality, a crucial milestone in the history of equal rights for Canadians. With funding from Heritage Canada, your office launched Commemorate 50, celebrating the accomplishments and contributions of the LGBTQ2S+ community, championing their tireless work to advance equality. One of the most significant legislative accomplishments during your term was providing royal assent for the Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples Act in 2021. Reconciliation was and is a big priority for you personally, and you used your platform to connect with Indigenous people and amplify Indigenous art, culture, language revitalization, and sovereignty. These projects show the genius of the in-betweener at work. And my goodness, do we ever need that genius now? Yours is not a blind hope for the future, but an active effort to make the world better. During your term as Lieutenant Governor, you raised the profile of so many other change makers whose work also inspires hope. And now you've brought that powerful leadership to the position of chair of the influential Fraser Basin Council, and we expect more great change.
Thank you, Catherine.
I've got one more paragraph. Our province is fortunate to have you as an advocate for the public interest, as a community builder, as a change maker, as an in-betweener, and above all, as a role model for the power of leading with your heart. Thank you for using your power to fight for democracy, combat polarization, hang on to hope, and build a more tolerant and civilized world. For these reasons, Royal Roads University today awards you the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, sorry. Nelson.
We're going to do something.
Okay.
Sorry, Your Honor. I'm gonna bump you. I'm gonna bump you over for a second.
Your Honor, I'm gonna invite you to come over this way with me.
Okay.
And there we are. Thank you.
Please have a seat. Have a seat. If you know Your Honor at all, she's very uncomfortable when you put the spotlight on her. But she deserves every bit of that attention. So with this, Your Honor, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Royal Roads University Act, and in accordance with the recommendation of the Board of Governors of Royal Roads University, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, honors here and elsewhere thereto appertaining. Her honor will now be hooded by Dr. Veronica Thompson, Vice President, Academic, and Provost.
Okay, right. I'll get the drift.
President Steenkamp will now present Her Honor with her honorary degree. It is with absolute pleasure that I now call upon Dr. Her Honor? Honor her doctor. Dr. Janet Austin to address the convocation. Please.
Thank you so much, Nelson. And you know, when he finishes his term as Chancellor, he's got a great future as a stand-up comic, don't you think? Absolutely. But thank you, and thank you, Catherine, for what was an exceedingly generous presentation. You give me much more credit than I deserve, but I'm very, very grateful for your kind comments. I will say as well that Catherine told you a bunch of stories there. but she missed some of the goofy ones. And so I will just refer to the pleasure of living at Government House and having access to a beautiful outdoor pool in the summertime. And I very much enjoyed hosting events with university presidents and high-ranking public officials and corporate executives. And one event in particular, we had a gender-diverse troupe of university presidents, high-ranking public officials, and corporate executives perform a synchronized swimming routine at Government House, which was not documented. But I will just say that there were certain people present at that event who actually are in the room today. Anyway, it was a ton of fun. I mean, it was an enormous privilege serving as Lieutenant Governor, and 7 years I had a ton of support, which I enjoyed greatly. And the transition is a little challenging, but one particular group that I really appreciated was my honorary aides de camp, who came to me with events and made sure everything was organized and that I didn't step up to the podium before I was actually supposed to speak, stuff like that. And they were absolutely wonderful. But there was one drawback to working with these wonderful people, because sometimes people would come up and they would ask me, you know, could we have a picture? And I think, great, yeah. And I get myself ready to have my picture taken. And then they would give me the phone to take a picture of the guy in the uniform standing beside me. I'm not making this up. It truly happened. So look, I do also want to acknowledge the Lekwungen peoples, the Songhees and Esquimalt, upon whose traditional territory we gather today, and thank them for sharing these lands in peace and friendship. Aitsquatcho, Stelacha, Aikwanis, Konangahela, which is good day, friends. It's wonderful to be among you today, and I do mean that so very sincerely. I will also say, Ananuhiluk Nushkwelequins Adisje, which is, I feel very proud of the work that is done all together. As Catherine noted, I feel enormous pride in providing royal assent to the Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous Peoples Act, which was unanimously adopted in November 2019. And today, British Columbians are witness to and partners with First Nations who are seeking new opportunities to benefit their communities and the province. And as Indigenous peoples advance their goals and develop their own systems of governance, legal and institutional structures will be challenged to evolve. Adapting to new ways of working and interacting requires patience and perseverance, and there will be many pressure points ahead. I'm grateful to President Steenkamp and Royal Roads University for wholeheartedly embracing this work, not only as a legal and a moral imperative, but as a strategic investment in a more prosperous, equitable, and sustainable future for all Canadians. HCSM. So, honored graduates, friends, you're all to be congratulated on successfully completing a rigorous program of studies through which you'll have gained valuable expertise in your chosen field of study. And I am deeply honored to count myself among you today. Now, although my degree has come by way of life experience rather than through coursework, exams, and long nights of study, I do accept it with gratitude and humility and with a keen awareness of the responsibility it confers. That, of course, is the responsibility to continue learning, to serve others, and to contribute to a more just and sustainable society. Royal Roads has exposed all of us to a learning culture that gives substance to Yeats's reflection that education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. And we are called by the university to carry into the broader world that spark that fires imagination, innovation, and exploration. If there's one thing that I've learned in my many years on this earth, one thing that those years have taught me, is that all fields of knowledge are connected. That knowledge should be shared within and across disciplines, and that there's no one perfect right way to do things, and no one person or discipline has all the answers. When I think of the leaders and innovators I most admire, I'm struck by the quality of open-hearted reciprocity that enables them to engage deeply and authentically with others whose views are different. It takes courage and humility to listen with genuine curiosity and to replace the temptation to judge and to convince with a desire to understand. In our best moments, it is that expansive openness to different ideas and perspectives that enables us to moderate our views, to become more generous and less judgmental of others, and to find those places of compromise in the spaces in between our differences. We all know that our world today is fraught with uncertainty and turmoil, and I note in particular, and with great sadness, the enormous pressure that universities are now under, and I acknowledge and thank you, Philip, for speaking up and standing up. That's what we need. We need to hear more of that right now. I admire and I greatly appreciate your efforts in this respect, so thank you. And can we give them a round of applause for that, please? And in this world that is fraught with turmoil, the structures of our very democracy seem fragile and insufficient. Certainly, there is proof in abundance that even the most seemingly stable of societies can be subject to authoritarian capture. Clearly, we must defend our democratic structures, but more than that, we must practice and nurture the underlying values that shape and define the society that we want. Catherine referred to these. They are a caring community, courage in embracing challenge, and commitment to do better, to be better. This we take from Royal Roads. And as we find ourselves graduating into a world of accelerating complexity, I'm reminded of the saying that for every complex problem, there is a simple, wrong solution. Sadly, there are no easy answers, but that does not mean that we are without ideas and options and a realistic sense of hope for the future. Now, I'm invoking the word hope intentionally but advisedly. And I want to be clear that hope is not blind optimism or the passive idea that things will simply work out. Rather, it is the active conviction that with courage and ambition, we can claim the agency to make things better. Fellow graduates, I encourage you to seek that ambition within yourselves and to put your ambition to work in service of something bigger than yourselves. I ask you to remember that the future is not something we passively enter, it is something we create. The choices we make now will shape the world for all who come after us, for better or for worse. So let's make it for better. That is my call to action to you today. I ask you to answer that call in big ways and in small, with compassion and generosity, and with all your strength of heart and mind, knowing that the future depends on us. And so I ask you to reflect on Nietzsche's famous invocation to dream no small dreams, for they have no power to stir the soul. Finally, I offer my heartfelt congratulations to all of you, together with a reflection that has always been meaningful to me, and it is this. Far and away, the best that life has to offer is the chance to work hard at work worth doing. My hope for all of you is to find that kind of satisfaction and meaningful purpose in work and in life. So I will say, never get this right. Live long and prosper, dear friends. Hajj Kasiyam, and thank you so much for the honor that you have conferred on me. All the best, everyone.
Thank you so much, Dr. Austin. I have to say I can't get an image of a bunch of certain type of people in a pool at the Lieutenant Governor's house. And I think that will carry with us for some time, all of us here in the room. Thank you also, though, for your years of service to our province, to our country, and for the honor you give us by accepting this degree here at Royal Roads. Please join me in thanking Dr. Austin once again. And now, graduates, Royal Roads University is so proud of you. So we want to share a little of your joy with you as we see a slideshow here that shows you firsthand. And now we're at the part you've all been waiting for. I am now honored to introduce Dr. Veronica Thompson, Vice President, Academic and Provost, for the presentation of the graduates.
Hello. I'm going to ask you all to please rise, if you are able, for presentation to the Chancellor. Chancellor, I present to you this graduating class of Royal Roads University on whom you have conferred the degrees, certificates, and diplomas to which they are entitled.
I almost forgot to take a selfie earlier. I think this is my 48th ceremony, if I count that right. But it never gets old. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors and on the recommendation of the Academic Council of the University, I have admitted each of you to the credential for which you are entitled. I have invested you with all the rights, privileges, responsibilities thereto appertaining. May you always be mindful of the motto of this university, living our learning. Congratulations.
And please be seated. Chancellor and members of the Board of Governors, we will now present the graduates from their respective programs, and we also want to acknowledge those graduates who are watching from a distance today. And I'm now going to ask Dr. Robert Middleman, the Dean of the Faculty of Interdisciplinary Studies, to present the graduates that we are celebrating today.
I am honored to present to you graduates from the Master of Arts in Global Leadership. Margarita Harin, Victoria Foundation Olga Yakimovich Award winner. Jay Bake. Susan Klein. Stella Agidi. Thank you. Oh, hold on. Susan Kolpak Jarvis. Gina Palmisano. Amrita Verma. I am honored to present to you graduates from the Master of Arts in Leadership. Jennifer Adachi. Sue Bateman. Randy Beckler. Aaron Burnell. Jennifer DeForest. Carmen Hall. Erica Hassel. Sean Hyington. Kirsten Kashuba. Michelle Maxey. Amy McKinnon. Sharon Rose McNeil. Heather Muter. Jenny Nadeau. Desiree Polyak. Nadine Peneligan. Donna Petrie. Carrie Reese. Selena Willier Schmidt. I am honored to present to you graduates from the Master of Arts in Leadership and Executive Leadership. Miranda Beal. Penny Blesh. Daniel Brakey also received the Graduate Certificate in Change Management. Brendan Brown. Caitlin Bryant. Nathan Hill. Nicole Jimenez, who also receives the Graduate Certificate in Value-Based Leadership and the Graduate Certificate in Executive Coaching. Ryan Marr. Angela Miller. Emily Morin. Jennifer Smythe. Caitlin Somerset, who also receives the Graduate Certificate in Values-Based Leadership and the Graduate Certificate in Corporate Social Innovation. Shelley Wilcoxon, who also receives the Graduate Certificate in Values-Based Leadership. Angela Wilson. Jason Zinko. I am honored to present to you graduates from the Master of Arts in Leadership in Health. Allison Booth. Ray Bryan also receives the Master of Arts in Leadership Scholarship. Nandita Chander Hill. Rachel Davidson. Elizabeth de Guzman. Kent Flint. Carol Ann Friesen, the Tarnowski Empowered Professional Award winner. Carmen Harrington. Jeremy Herchubis. Femi Higarweya. Romea Callan. Tara Langua Young, recipient of the CUF Victoria Doreen Sutherland Award for Indigenous Scholars, the Gwen Locke MA in Leadership Scholarship, the Royal Roads University Student Association Award. Melanie Major. Joe McCann. Joe McQuaid. Anita Mooney. Nikita Paddock. Corinne Primo. Tanya Raychek. Gina Schrader. Michelle Smart, British Columbia Graduate Scholarship, and the Royal Roads University Entrance Award winner. Afshin Sururi. Ramin Sururi. Caitlin Svitowski. Paul Turbot. I am honored to present to you graduates from the Graduate Certificate in Values-Based Leadership. Trista Zamani. I am honored to present to you now graduates from the Master of Arts in Tourism Management program. Agrim Banerjee. Sunam Dorji. Jyotsna Jimny. Semia Lin. Ugain Nubu. Raimundo Olivos. Wisdom, Mawuli Parku. Tisiaku Rambumwela. Vanita Rawal. Fatima Safari. Sophia Zabiri. I am honored to present to you graduates from the Bachelor of Arts in Global Tourism Management program. Shay Watson, recipient of the Royal Roads University Student Association Award. Wen Shi, recipient of the Hotel Association of Greater Victoria Award. I am now honored to present to you graduates from the Master of Arts in Executive and Organizational Coaching program. Lawrence Aiken. Joe Bennett. Adria Cox. Jonathan Evans. I am honored to present you graduates from the Graduate Certificate in Change Management. Suzanne Makia. I am honored to present to you graduates from the Graduate Certificate in Executive Coaching. L. Digno Weber. Christy Klein. Julien Lefrancois. Romita Roy. I am honored to present to you graduates from the Graduate Certificate in Organizational Design and Development program, Fernanda Araju de Castro. I am honored to present to you graduates from the Graduate Certificate in Project Management, Charlene Campo. Michelle Semenko. Jessica Woolard. And that's everyone for this morning. Congratulations.
Wow, that was so amazing. I wondered if everybody could join me in a huge round of applause for our amazing graduates. And graduates, I know that this is never an individual journey, so maybe you could give a huge round of applause to your family and friends and faculty. Thank you. So congratulations, graduates, once again, and welcome to our family of alumni. As of now, you join the network of Royal Roads graduates, faculty, and colleagues that spans the entire globe. Please take us with you wherever you go. Keep this place in your hearts and minds, and when you feel called to return, we so look forward to seeing you all again. In the meantime, I encourage you to embrace the difficult. Life like long form is really neat, but its contradictions and messiness But in its contradictions and messiness, we find truth, beauty, and the courage to shape what comes next. To all of you here today, on behalf of Royal Roads University, thank you so much for coming to celebrate this moment with us. Thank you for all you've done to support these amazing graduates and help bring them to this moment. I know you join me and the entire Royal Roads community in wishing them every success. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for coming, and good morning.
Well, thank you, everyone. This concludes our convocation ceremony. Please remain at your seats as the academic party and graduates exit the auditorium. Graduates, we invite you to make your way over to the Sherman Gen building, which is just across the way here, for a group photo and the requisite hat toss. The photos of that hat toss and today's event will be available on the Spring Convocation website towards the end of the month, and you can download them from there. Family and friends, while the graduates are having photos taken by the professional photographer over there, you're welcome to go over as well and join in the celebration for our newest Royal Roads alumni. And here comes awesome Brother Rick Peter, who will be drumming us out. Thank you again, Brother Rick, and thank you all.